All right, everybody, welcome back. Cobra Trading here, back from vacation. I'm well rested. I am back into the swing of things. I haven't done a Bitcoin update in about a week now, so I figured let's go ahead and do an entire 10-minute long video on Bitcoin. So let's get right into it. Let's take a look at the weekly chart and then just start working our way down the time frames a little bit. Right now, last week we had a very bearish candle, and the previous candle before that was a hanging man. So we had this big bearish candle as a follow-up, and we're sitting right in the middle of this major very important support zone right now between 9.6 and 10.6K. Below that, our next major support level is between 75 and 82.50. Now that we've definitely lost 11,550 as support, and we've been breaking below this $10,600, $10,500 level. So holding between 9.8 and 10K is going to be a very key factor for Bitcoin on these higher time frames. If we look at our Ichimoku cloud, you can see that, yes, we weren't able to hold the top of the cloud here. As I mentioned last week in my 90-second update, we've fallen into the cloud and are currently using our Tenkan-Sen line as support. Our next level of support below that is right at about $9,000 right now, where our 50 EMA is sitting. I don't think that we're going to be going into territory like that. If we do, it's going to be very bad for Bitcoin in terms of Elliott wave theory, and I'll get into that in another video later on. And then if we take a look at our indicators, you can see that our MACD, it did cross bearish, obviously, with this big bearish candle that we had. However, we still are in bullish territory here. And I think that if we can get a little bit of bullish momentum into the market and we can hold this median line, that would actually be a very positive thing for Bitcoin, showing very strong, see some bullish consolidation here before making another move up. So let's work our way down to the daily chart and take a look at what the Ichimoku looks like there. So we've got some slight bullish divergence here, not very big, not very dramatic. So it's not really something that I would be playing a position on alone, but we do have a bullish cross on our daily chart. However, we are on bearish territory on the MACD. So on this daily chart here, we've got our 200 EMA sitting at about 96.80, which we haven't been able to tap yet, which in my opinion is a good thing. But our 100 EMA directly above us at about 10,400 has been acting as extremely strong resistance. You can see here by these candles with these wicks up and everything, we've just had a lot of trouble getting above and making a solid close and holding above this 100 EMA. I had this ascending channel drawn, and I mentioned before that if we close below this channel and we start closing below our 618, then we would end up seeing these levels down here in this support box. So that ended up happening now, and we're just getting this slowly descending channel here. As you can see, we were getting lower highs in the price action. So I think that as long as we hold this level in here above 9,600, or even if we dip down for a wick into the 9,400 territory where the 1618 extension is for our fib levels, we should be okay in the midterm and see some bullish consolidation, some sideways movement for a while, and then start our way back upwards. So on this 4-hour chart, we have just a little bit more information about some very key support and resistance levels. And you can see in more detail how, we tested the bottom of this channel 4 or 5 different times. And then once we broke down out of it, we retested the top of it. And then that was the confirmation of the breakdown, since we weren't able to come back into the channel and make a 4-hour close above our 618 level. So once that broke down, we broke down really hard. And we've just been kind of floating around here on the bottom. So we've got this one support zone right here, which I've got highlighted in red, which goes back quite some time. And it's not looking like yet that we're going to be testing this level, but it's definitely a possibility that we could see another leg down. So again, normally we see, like 3 legs down or whatever. To me right now, this looks like the first one. We had a small correction. This looks like the second one. We're seeing sideways chop, and it's possible that we could see another leg down. If we turn on our indicators down here, The MACD has just been looking kind of trashy, just lots of really sideways movement, obviously going along with the price action, but still holding in bullish territory, which is a really good sign. Our ATR is slowly starting to die off now and just kind of come to like a happy home here. And you can see that the bullish divergence is a lot more pronounced here on the 4-hour chart. We're getting a lot of really higher highs here on the RSI and just in general, lower highs here in our price action. So this for right now is a good sign. Am I going to be super bullish off of some divergence alone? No, not really. That's definitely not enough for me to enter a trade in off of alone. However, we are holding this bottom very, very well right now. We've tested this quite a bit and it hasn't broken down, which is a very strong sign that there's a lot of demand here below 10K and at the 10K region. So that's a very good sign for Bitcoin. Looking at our Ichimoku cloud, we did have a bearish 200-100 EMA cross, as well as a death cross, as it's called, between the 50 and the 200 EMA after this huge drop. Once we did close above this Tenkan-sen line, we have had some more bullish price action, and we've retested this. If I zoom in here, you can see that we've retested this line again. Almost twice. We've retested it here. It looks like the bears weren't able to push down far enough for a second test at 10,150, but it's looking right now that if we can hold above our Tenkan-sen line here, that would be very positive for Bitcoin. And honestly, I would expect to be coming up to retest the 50 EMA on this 4-hour chart at about 10,500. If we come down and we look at this micro view on the 1-hour chart, you can see how heavily and how perfectly that 100 EMA has been acting as resistance here. We came up and tapped it perfectly here, and now we've been poking it 3 times in a row over the span of this morning, and we're just now looking like we're getting another test of this 100 EMA line. Closing above this, I think, would be a very, very solid move for Bitcoin. That's definitely something that we want to see right now. We're in the cloud on the 1-hour chart, so I'm not going to be scalping or thinking about getting in any longer term positions today as of yet. Our MACD is in bullish territory. However, we did just receive a bearish cross on bullish momentum, which means that unless a lot of bullish volume comes into the market here in the next couple hours, we'll probably see a retrace of this and fall below out of the cloud again to retest our Tenkan-sen line on the 1-hour chart at about 10,050. This is taking a look at Binance, and this is on the 1-hour chart up here. Basically what we have is, I don't want to say that the bottom is in just yet. We've got a lot of support down here. There's a lot of orders down here below 10,000, and it's all in that range between that $9,500 level and that $9,800 level, which I just mentioned on the chart, that if we're able to hold those levels where the 1618 extension is, and around $9,600, then we'll be in pretty good shape. If we look over on BitMEX, and we see what BitMEX looks like, it's pretty much the same level that we've got here as support, with a lot of orders. So look at that. We've got 5.71 million right here, sitting at about 9,800. So every time that the price has wicked down here, a lot of these orders have gotten filled. You can see that by these wicks that we've had to the downside, and then as soon as it gets close to these liquidity pools, the price just rockets up because of the massive amount of buy orders that are down there. All right, guys, let's take a look at our liquidation levels. So this website is brought to you by High Block Capital. The link is in the description below. Make sure that you check them out. The referral link helps support the channel as well if you decide to sign up for this. This isn't the only tool that they have, by the way. They've got a regular chart. You can see all the trading activity, the net positions, heat map, correlation scanners. I'll probably go through all of these later on, depending if you guys want to see some of their other tools that they have on this exchange. But as far as I've been using it, this platform is totally awesome. But let's talk about some of these liquidation levels that we have right now. So our short order liquidation is a massive $22 million short order up here, that's for 50x. So, and then we've got the same thing down here, a 50x long. So this is going to be the level that I'm really watching. If we start seeing the price climb up to about 10,038, and this person is either forced to get rid of his position, or he ends up getting liquidated because he's not able to cancel out his position or leverage down, that would end up causing a short squeeze up to about 10,600, and we could possibly see a wick all the way up here to snag all of these 25x shorts. Now, on the flip side, with this 150x long, it would take a lot more bearish pressure in order to come down here and snag these 25x longs, because all of these are down around below 10,000. We've got 9,900. We've got 9,875, and then we've got these down here, 9,700, and then some down around 9,600 as well. So there would definitely have to be a lot more bearish momentum coming into the market and bearish volume in order to be grabbing all of this liquidity down here. So I think that in terms of the liquidation levels, normally the price tends to gravitate towards where the larger pools of liquidation are, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. All right, everybody, that is about it for today. Make sure that you check out High Block Capital and all of the links in the description below. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. I am going to be announcing the winner of the $100 giveaway tomorrow. I've got an entire document of everybody that participated with all of their Twitter handles and everything. So I will go ahead and choose a winner. I'm going to have another tutorial coming out this week. So make sure that you hit that notification bell on my channel to get notified of when I'm releasing all my videos. I normally do a video about once a day. Stay tuned for all that. And until next time, happy trading.